Gen V was it was different. It was very different, obviously, right? Because intense in different ways.
Yeah.
Because with Hallmark, working with Hallmark, there's like a certain limit to the intensity that you hit. You can
Yes.
hit levels of intensity within that range, right?
Hmm.
But with this, it's definitely goes above and beyond. And if it's the boys, then it's even above
Yeah.
beyond. Crazy. So it was a really good time though. I actually got to see some people that I had, admired, like Jazz Sinclair. I'd seen her on this show. It's called Easy on Netflix. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
a great show, and it kind of flew under the radar for a lot of people, but I really liked it. So I was kind of like, oh, you're on Easy, and she was talking to me like, yeah. I was like, that's crazy. That's one of my favorite shows. She's like, really? Wow, because nobody really talks about that as much. But overall experience, got to work with great directors, and it was just different. It was just very different, but it still had that same vibe. Everybody was very nice. And we kind of were all in the same age group.
Hmm.
So, it was very easy to just talk to people and just feel the vibe of the set, which was, like I said, different. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I feel like, you have a lot of people who, specifically in your age group, that are in kind of like around the same spot that you
Mhm.
are in your career, being able to be up and comers and rise and grind and be able to do things. Did you learn anything from any of your other fellow castmates?
Yeah, for sure. Because it's a lot it felt like a lot was at stake. And so
Yeah.
working with that kind of pressure in a
Hmm.
Mm.
weird way, um I took that away as like, okay, this is a level up. If I
Yeah.
can work with a crane coming down on the shot, because we shot some stuff that didn't make it to the final cut,
Right.
but there was a crane shot that was like you had to time it perfectly with everything, and I was like,
Oh
oh,
shit.
this goes beyond the acting classes and everything that you've ever learned, because that's another thing that really these sets teach you is you got to be able to work the technical.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
Yeah.
sometimes, you see actors that you're like, oh, you're okay, you're not the greatest actor, but you're consistently working. And how is that? It's because they're so good with hitting the mark. They got the technical shit down, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And that kind of taught me that. So when I hopped off that set, I was very mindful of, I want to include marks. I want to include, where the camera is in the next rehearsal that I do on my own, even if that means making a short to practice that, or working with friends. It's like, no, let's not just talk about the depth of the scene and what the characters are feeling 24/7, because we got to film it. Let's talk about
Yeah.
Exactly.
how it's filmed. That's a big skill set that show kind of, CPR'd me into. It was like, yo, you don't even know about this.
Yeah, yeah. Just love that because that's how
Mm,
we balance each other. Yeah,
right.
I'm a very let's talk about the characters and let's talk about the acting and he's a very camera and scene and shot guy. And so we're
Love that.
learning from each other. He's
Mhm.
taking from me, I'm taking from him and it makes us as directors that much better because we see it from those different points of view and know it's an amazing, but it's like you said going back to the whole when you're on set, it's the ultimate learning experience. If you just sit back when you're not working and you're watching and you're taking it all in, there is no better film school than being on a set. I mean, it's amazing.
It's weird. Yeah, the more you do it, the better you get at it.
For
And
sure.
the only tricky part is, in a lot of cases, you don't get to do it a lot.
Yeah,
Hmm.
So, the takeaway from that set was you got to make it happen on your own.
that's right.
And not for the sake of, oh my God, I got to make a movie. Even if you want to be a better actor, you got to be able to work with people in unison, and just figure out those crazy. Like, we all want to do a long shot that's like 14 minutes, Tar style, and
Yeah.
like it's a
Of
full thing,
course.
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, when you tell actors like, all right, so you have 17 marks in that scene,
Yeah.
and you've you ever done scenes in class like a self-tape, and now
Hmm.
it's a whole different game. You forget how to walk, you forget how to talk while you're walking.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's like a whole different thing. So that was the biggest learning curve, and that's something that I'm consistently trying to work on, find more creative ways to incorporate in what we do.